Manchester United secured their place back in the Champions League with a convincing 4-1 win over Chelsea at Old Trafford on Thursday evening. Heading into their penultimate Premier League fixture of the season, the Reds knew they needed just a point from their last 2 games to get themselves over the line. As expected, Erik Ten Hag took no chances with his starting lineup, naming a star-studded team, who were sent out with the order of being expected to win. Despite some questionable first-half defending, United took a 2-0 lead into the interval and then added another 2 goals to their collection in the second half. Despite João Felix's late effort to end the Reds' run of Old Trafford clean sheets, it was Antony's premature exit that was the biggest downer on a night of celebration. The Brazilian was forced off on a stretcher just before the half-hour mark with an injury Ten Hag described as serious in his post-match press conference. The winger was in evident discomfort and the immediate signs suggested that his season has reached its conclusion. Antony, who has shown flashes of his brilliance this season, was a shoo-in to start next Saturday's FA Cup final against Manchester City at Wembley. He has made the right-wing spot his own this season and Ten Hag has continued to persevere with him despite his inconsistency. Even if he had not taken such a whack to his ankle, the former Ajax winger probably would not have been in line to start tomorrow's final day clash with Fulham. Ten Hag, as a result of the relentless nature of United's demanding and intensive fixture schedule this season, has not had the opportunity to rotate his pack as often as he would have liked. Almost every fixture the Reds have played has had something riding on it. Though third place is still up for grabs on the final day, with the Reds and Newcastle United separated by just 2 points, United have achieved their main objective and will compete in the Champions League again next season. That was Ten Hag's main goal at the very beginning of the campaign and it has been achieved with a game to spare. It means that the Dutchman, taking the Wembley showdown with City next weekend into account, could be tempted to do some tinkering against the Cottagers, even though you would not bet against him sticking with his strongest lineup in pursuit of another victory. After all, Ten Hag wants to win every single game regardless of the opposition or competition. But on this occasion, such is the size of the clash with City in a week's time, some changes feel as though they are inevitable. Antony's injury, however, has made the right-wing situation all the more interesting. Should he miss the FA Cup final as expected, it is likely to be straight shootout between Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho to deputize for the Brazilian. Fernandes started on the right against City in January and Sancho moved across to the right after Antony was forced off against Chelsea. Alternatively, should Ten Hag stick with Fernandes in his natural number 10 position against City, Sancho is highly likely to start on the right, joining Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford in the front three. That means Ten Hag, in a bid to protect both of them against Fulham, could hand a full Premier League debut to Facundo Pellistri on the right flank. He has only experienced Premier League football 3 times this season and on each occasion has stepped off the bench. He has made just 9 appearances for United since joining the club from Peñarol in October 2020, all of which have come this season. He has started just 1 game this term and that was the 1-0 win over Real Betis in the second leg of United's Europa League last 16 tie. Every time he has had the chance to prove his worth, though, He has caught the eye, offering United something completely different to their other wingers. He is a direct, old-fashioned winger, who is eager to beat his man at the first available opportunity and send over a cross. He is a throwback to wingers of the past, whose credentials have often made way for modern skill, glitz and glamour. Pellistri has shown tremendous levels of professionalism by remaining so patient this season. It would have been easy for him to spit his dummy out and throw a tantrum. He hasn't. With Champions League football all wrapped up, Ten Hag can afford to give him the nod and give United's fans a possible glimpse into the future. It is a risk-free decision.